Tonight on DC News Now, the Arctic blast already pushing into the area, followed by our winter storm as we look ahead towards later in the day tomorrow. All the latest details coming up.
I don't think anybody's going to be out here. Yeah, everything's going to be shut down probably.
The storm has Metro riders worried about their commutes. We take a close look at how the agency is preparing.
Grocery stores here are packed as people stock up on supplies ahead of this snowstorm. We'll tell you where you can still get much needed supplies and why employees are urging people not to panic buy.
Everyone on the bus immediately just hit the floor or took cover in the bus.
Mayhem on a Metro bus in the district. Riders still reeling from the fight that spilled into a shooting.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight for DC News Now at 9 o'clock. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Susan Tran. There is a winter storm warning for all of the DMV. The Arctic air is moving in, and we are bracing for the mounds of snow and potential for sleet.
Now, here now a live look at the Washington Monument on the right side of your screen, of course, and our weather radar. This system, it's a huge one, stretching from Texas up through New England. Leaders in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia all declaring a state of emergency. And Maryland Governor Wes Moore also requesting a federal emergency declaration.
Utility companies gearing up for the potential of power outages. Plow crews already pre-treating those roads, and airports showing thousands of cancellations and delays from all across the country.
And Chief Meteorologist Jackie Layer is here. And Jackie, the first round of what is going to be 3 is just starting right now.
Yeah, right at this moment, already noticing those temperatures plummeting. We're already noticing that Arctic chill. I'm already getting, the goosebumps already. And I don't know if it's just because I know that it's cold outside or it is cold inside here. But anyway, winter storm warning, yes, like we were talking about, that continues all the way through 4 o'clock in the morning, Monday. Yes, the entire area included in that. And like we were talking about, also includes parts of the deep south where we're already seeing that system coming together. Already seeing that wintry mix and that pink popping up down towards parts of Texas. Then you have the snow to the north and some of that rain to the south near Dallas. This system will continue to move its way closer towards our area within the next 24 hours. Those temperatures, though, out there are going to become a bit more on the brutal side. Brutally cold off towards our north and west. Notice out towards Detroit, Chicago, already sub-zero at this point. That's for actual air temperatures. Here locally, we're likely to see some of those single-digit overnight lows, but right now we're hovering just below the freezing mark in D.C. Cold weather advisory. We also have this in effect at this point. That will hold till 10 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. We're talking wind chills at least getting close to 10 below zero, closer towards D.C. Farther out towards the north and west, at least 15, even close to 20 below zero. That is frostbite and hypothermia threats there when you're talking about temperatures like that. Now, and speaking of temperatures, at the moment, teens off towards the north and west, right around the freezing mark for D.C. But when you factor in that wind, feels like it's already into the teens in D.C., feeling like we're right around 1 and Hagerstown 2 over towards Cumberland and Kaiser, and those wind chills will continue to slide their way farther south and east. Overnight lows tonight, talking about those single digits for much of the area, at least double digits in D.C., but yes, feeling much colder than that when you factor in that wind. That weekend winter storm, right now starting off with the frigid cold, that's sticking around through the entire weekend. Talking about that snow starting late tomorrow evening, heavy snow through middle of the morning Sunday before we see that wintry mix. I'll go over more details, timing, how much snow you can expect coming up.
All right, so much happening. Jackie, thanks. Developing now at 9. Prepare for delays and possible cancellations over the next few days. That is the word tonight from Metro.
They say crews are hustling to keep the trains and buses running in the severe conditions, but some may be out of their hands. We have DC News Now's Marie Sase joining us live there in Silver Spring, Maryland.
Yeah, Marie, passengers, they're also preparing for the snow and Arctic blast as well.
Yeah, that's right. They're definitely paying attention to the forecast, ensuring that paying attention to make sure that everything will run smoothly for the buses and the trains this weekend. Now, Amada says there could be some temporary suspensions and also delays, and riders are just hoping that everything will go back to normal by next week.
I'm happy about it. I can get some work done.
I'm excited.
As the DMV braces for heavy snow and freezing temperatures, Omada CEO Randy Clark says preparations are already underway and reassures riders that trains can operate in snow.
We are expecting very heavy snow and obviously then the potential of ice. That is what we are most concerned about in Metro.
But bus service could see the biggest impact depending on road conditions.
We may have some temporary suspensions, but we are going to do everything we can again to serve especially places where there's critical staff. staff, hospitals, grocery stores.
Riders are already preparing for the possible disruptions.
I just hope our jobs are flexible and understanding that we can't make it to work because of the snow. That's all I hope.
I don't think anybody's going to be out here. Yeah, everything's going to be shut down probably.
But hopefully it's not going to impact us too much.
Others are hopeful service will bounce back quickly.
My boss has already told us we're probably not going to be working on Monday. And the roads will probably be cleared by Tuesday.
To protect equipment, Metro says trains will be stored indoors late Saturday night. Crews have also prepped de-icer and plow trains to keep tracks clear and reduce ice buildup.
It's safe. We're going to run as much service as possible because we know how critical Metro is in people's lives in the DMV.
Now, Obama says to pay attention to the website or the app for live updates on routes. Now, reporting in Silver Spring, Maryland, I'm Yammer Sase, DC News Now.
Yamri, thank you. In the district, the mayor putting the city in a state of emergency.
Mayor Bowser also declaring a snow emergency. That starts tomorrow at noontime, stays in effect until Tuesday morning. Means you'll not be allowed to park your car on emergency routes there. If you do, your car can be ticketed or towed. The mayor saying make sure to check in on the elderly and sick as well.
This would be a good time for people who have some time and energy and are strong, strapping people who want to help a neighbor. This would be the time to serve your city and your neighbors.
Those are cute little heroes out there from the Snow Hero team. Now, schools in the district are closed on Monday, but that was scheduled prior to this storm.
They are going to be busy. The kids, of course, will be home, which means the cupboards, well, they need to be stocked, but that's coming really a tough task.
That's right, because all across the DMV, families have been clearing the grocery store shelves. They've been buying up the bread, milk, fruit, vegetables, water, and other essentials. Look at these. They're just empty, empty, empty. Store managers saying the rush is expected, but here's the thing, there's no need to panic. They've been able to increase their deliveries, triple their inventory, and restock the shelves daily. And they're asking people to please buy only what you need so there is enough for everyone.
I think it's too bad. I think there should be a limit on some of the things, the waters, because the shelves are bare. I think that they should limit how many you can buy at times like this and make it fair for everyone.
All right, store manager saying the fastest selling item is probably no surprise, ice melt shovels, milk and bread.
We are helping you stretch your dollar and stay connected just in case you lose power. Best reviews showing where you can get a deal on portable power stations. They are the quieter and easier to use version than the gas generators, and some are for up to 46% off. To find these sales, just go to our website, dcnewsnow.com, and head over to the More tab, then Best Reviews.
And be sure to stay with the DC News Now team of meteorologists as we track this weekend's winter storm. You can scan this QR code here on the left side of your screen. It takes you right to our website, dcnewsnow.com/weather. You'll get the latest on the timing and also how much snow we're expecting, along with current conditions and our interactive map.
We're learning more about a shooting in the district that we first told you about last night. An argument on a Metro bus spilled onto the sidewalk where 5 people were shot, including 3 teens.
And a witness shares the terrifying moment and says more should have been done to protect passengers. DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg joining us live tonight near that scene in Northwest.
And Daniel, you spoke with a woman who was on the bus at the time. I cannot imagine how she's describing what happened.
Susan and Chris, she says that she was terrified. She was on the bus when it stopped right here at this bus shelter before a group of kids got off, a group of people got off and were on the sidewalk over here. That's where the shots were fired. She says it became all the more terrifying because they begged the bus driver to move, but the bus driver refused.
I think everyone else, I was afraid I was going to die.
Bethany Allen was on this D6X Metro bus Thursday night when she says a group of 15 young people got on laughing and having a good time. After a few minutes,
someone in that group punched a young man who was sitting right behind me, punched him in the face.
She says as that happened, the bus was already pulling over for the stop at Missouri Avenue.
Right as they were getting off the bus, gunshots rang out right outside the bus. I couldn't hear how many, at least 3.
She says 25 or 30 people on the bus were on the floor begging the driver to move. But the driver said he was required to stay and report what happened.
We needed to move to a place of safety, and it was very evident from his training that the bus driver believed he could not move the bus no matter what happened.
She posted her complaints on X, and Metro General Manager Randy Clark responded, saying they train and allow operators to always do what is safest for them and customers, and they've actually awarded commendations for that action in the past. Allen wants better training for drivers.
What I think Mr. Clark failed to acknowledge was in those crucial minutes when there's still someone around waving a gun, before the police arrive, the number one job of anyone involved is to ensure the safety of the people on board.
Now, Clark says that they are reviewing what happened and seeing if they can make any improvements to their procedures and response and training for those bus operators. We're live in Northwest. Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
All right, Daniel, thank you. Now, we also talked with a neighbor who lives right next to that bus stop, and his kids were the ones who alerted him to the gunfire.
Yeah, when he looked outside, he saw people lying there on the ground, so he grabbed his first aid kit and ran to help. He found 2 girls there on the ground, one shot in the leg, the other in the stomach. Closer to his neighbor's house, he also saw 2 guys, one shot in the foot, the other in the groin.
A neighbor called out to me that she saw someone drop something in my bushes. And so I took my flashlight, went over there, looked around, and saw a handgun in the bushes, as well as like a chef's knife on the other side of the fence.
He was able to help officers collect evidence there, and he says despite what happened last night right near his home, he still considers the area really safe. New tonight in Maryland, Montgomery County Police arresting a teen in the murder of a man earlier this month. They say in surveillance video they caught Yoel Tai and another man arguing with the victim, and then there was gunfire. Police found the 43-year-old shot dead in the road. The 18-year-old is now facing second-degree murder charges and is being held until a bond hearing next week.
Well, coming up here in DC News Now at 9, they are ready to roll. How crews are preparing for potential power outages.
He was doing what heroes do. That's what he did, and he was called to act.
Honoring the legacy of Officer Terry Bennett, hundreds gathering for the funeral service for the DC officer killed while helping a stranded stranger.
And ahead at 9:30, a Maryland neighborhood left behind. Why their street may not be plowed for days, just like during last winter's storm.